RuPaul isn't just a drag queen, he's a cultural revolution. From underground clubs to global television screens, his journey has shattered stereotypes, challenged norms, and redefined what it means to be unapologetically yourself. In this video, we'll explore the life and legacy of RuPaul Charles, a trailblazing artist, entrepreneur, and LGBTQ+ icon. We'll dive into his early struggles, his rise to fame, and the powerful ways he's used his platform to uplift queer voices around the world. Whether you're a longtime fan or just curious about the man behind the makeup, this story is about more than glitter and glam. It's about courage, authenticity, and the power of representation. RuPaul Andre Charles was born on November 17, 1960, in San Diego, California. Growing up in a working-class African-American family, RuPaul faced challenges early on. His parents divorced when he was just 7 years old, and he was raised primarily by his mother. From a young age, RuPaul showed signs of creative brilliance and a flair for the dramatic. He was drawn to fashion, music, and performance, often experimenting with clothing and makeup. These early expressions weren't just about style. They were acts of self-discovery in a world that didn't always welcome difference. As a queer black kid in the 1970s, RuPaul didn't see many people like himself represented in media or society. But instead of shrinking, he leaned into his uniqueness. He found inspiration in glam rock icons like David Bowie and gender-bending performers who blurred the lines of identity. These influences helped him realize that being different wasn't a weakness. It was his superpower. RuPaul once said, "When you become the image of your own imagination, it's the most powerful thing you could ever do." This mindset became the foundation of his drag persona and his lifelong mission to empower others to embrace who they truly are. After moving to Atlanta in the early 1980s, RuPaul immersed himself in the city's vibrant underground art and drag scene. With towering wigs, bold makeup, and a magnetic stage presence, he quickly became a standout performer in local clubs. But RuPaul wasn't just doing drag. He was crafting a persona that blended glamour, satire, and fierce self-expression. In 1993, RuPaul broke into the mainstream with his hit single, Supermodel You Better Work, a dance anthem that celebrated confidence and queerness. The song's success catapulted him into pop culture, making him one of the first drag queens to achieve international fame. Suddenly, drag wasn't just a subculture. It was on MTV, in fashion magazines, and on talk shows. RuPaul's visibility as a proud gay man and drag performer challenged societal norms and opened doors for LGBTQ+ representation in media. He became a symbol of self-love and resilience, proving that authenticity could be both revolutionary and glamorous. As RuPaul famously said, "We're all born naked, and the rest is drag." This quote became a mantra, not just for drag artists, but for anyone learning to embrace their true self. In 2009, RuPaul launched what would become one of the most influential reality shows in television history, RuPaul's Drag Race. What began as a niche competition for drag performers quickly evolved into a global phenomenon, celebrating queer artistry, resilience, and self-expression. The show gave drag queens a platform to showcase their talent, not just in makeup and fashion, but in comedy, dance, acting, and storytelling. It also introduced mainstream audiences to the rich diversity within the LGBTQ+ community, highlighting voices from different backgrounds, cultures, and gender identities. With each season, Drag Race pushed boundaries and sparked conversations about identity, acceptance, and pride. Catchphrases like "Shantae, you stay," and "Sissy, that walk" became part of pop culture, while queens like Bianca Del Rio, Jinx Monsoon, and Simone became household names. Beyond entertainment, the show has had a profound social impact. It has helped normalize queer representation in media. It has empowered young LGBTQ+ people to embrace their identities. It has inspired international spin-offs from the UK to the Philippines, making drag a truly global art form. RuPaul's role as host, mentor, and icon has been central to this success. His message of self-love and authenticity resonates across borders. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? That mantra isn't just a catchphrase, it's a call to action. RuPaul's influence goes far beyond the runway and the stage. He's a powerful voice for LGBTQ+ visibility, empowerment, and self-love. Throughout his career, RuPaul has used his platform to challenge societal norms and uplift queer voices, especially those who have been marginalized or erased. As an openly gay black man and drag performer, RuPaul has consistently advocated for authenticity and acceptance. His message is simple but radical. Be yourself, loudly and proudly. In a world that often demands conformity, RuPaul's unapologetic presence has helped countless LGBTQ+ individuals feel seen, valued, and inspired. Through RuPaul's Drag Race, he's created a space where queer stories are celebrated, not silenced. The show has spotlighted trans performers, non-binary artists, and drag queens from diverse cultural backgrounds, each bringing their own truth to the stage. RuPaul's mentorship and visibility have helped normalize LGBTQ+ identities in mainstream media, paving the way for broader acceptance. He's also spoken out on issues like homophobia and transphobia in entertainment and politics, the importance of mental health and self-worth in the queer community, the need for intersectionality in LGBTQ+ activism. RuPaul's activism isn't always loud. It's woven into his art, his words, and his presence. His legacy reminds us that representation matters, and that joy itself can be a form of resistance. As one of the most visible LGBTQ+ figures in the world, RuPaul has not been immune to criticism. Over the years, he's faced scrutiny from both inside and outside the queer community, especially around issues of inclusivity, representation, and the evolving language of identity. Some critics have called out RuPaul's Drag Race for its early lack of trans representation, or for comments RuPaul made about gender and drag that sparked debate. Others have questioned whether the show's competitive format sometimes reinforces stereotypes rather than dismantling them. But RuPaul has shown a willingness to reflect and evolve. In interviews and public statements, he's acknowledged the importance of listening, learning, and adapting. He's spoken about the concept of the inner saboteur, that critical voice inside us that feeds on fear and insecurity, and how confronting it is key to personal growth. In his masterclass, RuPaul shares tools for handling criticism. Understand what you can control. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Don't get stuck on the why. Some negativity has no logic. Focus on joy instead. Extend compassion, even toward those who misunderstand or attack you.
RuPaul's journey reminds us that being a public figure, especially one who challenges norms, means facing resistance. But it also means having the opportunity to grow, to listen, and to lead by example. As he puts it, you can look at the darkness but don't stare. It'll make you crazy and cross-eyed. RuPaul's legacy is more than sequins and sound bites. It's a cultural shift. He transformed drag from a fringe art form into a global celebration of identity, creativity, and resilience. Through music, television, and activism, he's helped redefine what it means to be queer in the public eye. For many LGBTQ+ individuals, RuPaul was the first person they saw on screen who looked, spoke, and lived unapologetically. His visibility gave permission to others to do the same, to embrace their truth, to take up space, and to shine. But RuPaul's influence isn't just about the past, it's about the future. His work has opened doors for new generations of queer artists, performers, and storytellers. From international drag competitions to inclusive fashion campaigns, the ripple effect of his courage continues to grow. His mantra still echoes across stages and screens. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? It's more than a catchphrase, it's a philosophy. One that reminds us that self-love is the foundation of change, and that authenticity is a form of activism. RuPaul's story is proof that one person, armed with vision, voice, and vulnerability, can change the world. And for the LGBTQ+ community, his impact is nothing short of revolutionary. RuPaul's story is not just about fame, it's about freedom. It's the journey of a queer Black artist who dared to dream beyond the limits society placed on him, and in doing so, helped millions of others do the same. His life reminds us that identity is not a burden, it's a gift. And when we embrace who we are, we give others permission to do the same. In a world that still struggles with acceptance, RuPaul stands as a beacon of possibility. Through his art, his voice, and his unapologetic presence, he's shown that self-expression is a form of resistance, and that joy can be revolutionary. So whether you wear heels or sneakers, glitter or denim, remember this. You are worthy. You are powerful, and you are not alone.